What is the best words to describe what life looks like right now for you?
Oh my God, hectic. Jeez, so busy, so busy. We spoke a little bit off, but it's so busy because of the way we did it. We had an 8, and almost 2, and almost 1.
Yeah.
And that 2 on the 2 thing is a thing. It's a thing. It's like this guy is already running and he has a personality and he knows exactly what he wants. This guy is still sitting. He still needs your hands. This guy is already telling you that he's upset about you having this guy in your hands all the time. So, and then there's an 8-year-old that's like, Papa, I want to jump on a trampoline with you. I'm like,
your mind's like going, oh,
nuts.
Yeah, no, definitely. Is it more challenging than you thought it was going to be? Or
it's definitely more exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not that I'm avoiding using those words. I'm saying it's exciting if you welcome it. We are in a place in time with PETA where we welcome it. We've settled into it. We are parents first. We get it now. There was a process of like shell shock, I'm still a performer, I'm still a dancer. Now I know what I'm first. And then I need to figure out a way to have the time to do all the other stuff.
Right. Was it hard for you to shift that mindset, or did it come so natural because you're like,
No, it wasn't
You
natural.
wanted this to know it wasn't? Yeah.
No, but that's why we're looking back and we're like, oh man, how amazing we had it with one kid when we had one shy. And also, the pandemic time was horrible for a lot of people.
Right.
But for us, we were sitting at home with this 3-year-old and focused only on him, and it was incredible. So now we're like, we miss that time.
Right? You're like, those slow days aren't happening anymore. No.
And 3 boys.
Yeah, 3 boys. You have your hands
And
full.
they're amazing.
And I'm sure they're also different too.
Very different.
Very different.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that too. Also,
Yeah.
You just have variety of personalities. I like that for now. That's what I'm saying. For now.
How do you and PETA kind of divide and conquer?
We don't. We wake up and we high five each other and we're like, let's zone defense. They're outnumber us now, so it's not even a handoff and now you have a moment to yourself. It's a passing game. It's nonstop passing. I'm either driving shy to and from school activity, or I'm with the middle one, or I'm with the little one, holding him while Peter's doing something with the middle one. It's nuts.
Yeah, you're like, I don't know how to keep track of everything. Is. Yeah. And,
but I realized one thing. All of those stages come to an end rapidly. In the beginning is just the whole first part of someone's life, at least in what I'm seeing with my kids, is that it's like a lot of little things that come and go fast. Yeah. And then it settles on a big thing, right? On who they are as a person, and kind of like you parent that type of process. We're in the storm, but I think we're on the other side a little bit.
Yeah, right.
I'm not sure if I'm right, but I think at some point it slows down and it goes into like a little more regulated, maybe kindergarten days and all that stuff.
Well, because Milan's going to be 1 in July.
It's going to be 1 in July.
And Rio's also 1 in July, right?
2 in
July.
June.
2 in June. Okay, yeah. Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Then you got back-to-back birthdays. You got so much going on.
We have a lot. Peter's birthday is also in July.
Okay, all right. It's a jam-packed summer.
Jam-packed summer. It used to be, and it's also jam-packed winter because it's my and Shai's birthday in January. It's nuts.
It never stops. Is Shai like really settling into that role as big brother? Does he help out a lot?
He does. He's great. We would be away and kind of look around, one of those, and we see him pick up Milan and like carry him down, and then grab Rio and then put him here. And I think these two actually have, kids have their own connection, so they have their own. And they would actually sit, and I think they'll develop this looking up to the big brother thing. I just want to make sure he has his own life, like he doesn't make mistakes like I did with Val. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. We are 6 years apart. And Shai and those two are basically also.
Yeah.
So I just want him to not, it's not on him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So we try not to be that way, but they're amazing together. We're going to instill it. We're going to make sure of it. We're going to brainwash them that they love each other.
You will love each other, I promise. You know, you have told me before that you've always really wanted to be a girl dad.
Yeah,
But you are a boy dad. You're good. You're not putting that out there anymore.
No, we're not.
Yeah.
I am not putting it out there. And a friend of mine, and she was like, "What? There's not going to be a girl with your face on it?" I was like, "No, there will not. That's it. We're done.
You're tapped out.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. Listen, somebody has to make boys also, you know, so that's what happened. And you know, you can point at me, you can point at the process, it doesn't matter to me. We did the thing is done. This is all we can do.
Yeah, no.
I don't
it's
think
beautiful
that
family.
yeah. And would I want another one and a girl? Absolutely. Peta is definitely not going to let it happen out of her body anymore. She's like, this is not going to come out of this. We're done. She's
done. Yeah.
And I don't understand these other processes as well. At the moment, I'm just not the guy.
Sure.
Because we don't have to. And I don't want to force this,
Yeah.
you know, at all.
Definitely. How has marriage changed for the two of you over the course of this past year?
Oh my God. It's tough because for me, no matter what, this isn't because I want to sound a certain way. For me, Peta is the number one thing. You know, it doesn't happen without her.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't have happened without her. It would have not been the same. You know, so for me, my first and foremost importance is on the relationship that we have.
That's great.
And I'm a bitch. I whine and I moan and I annoy her and I'm terrible. When I don't have enough Peta, I'm terrible. And she now, we know that these type of things about each other. You know, I'm just gonna say my personal stuff, right? She has hers and all that. So it took a second to understand how these things work, but understanding this and it being able to explain it to each other, and so like that's what I need. Like when I'm off, when I don't have enough of you, and she now gets it, and we get it about each other, and we try to give those things to each other.
Sure. Yeah. Well, you've been married for what, almost 8 years, so it takes time to.
Yeah, we were together for like
a long
almost
time.
12 or something.
Okay.
And that's the listen. It took a second.
Yeah.
It took a second. We're also busy. We're also our life is, you know, has a lot of excitement.
Sure.
So there are, you know, we never had to work through some stuff. We had things that were up and down, but
Who doesn't?
you know, who doesn't? And also, again, the excitement in our life is such that, you know, it comes with a celebrity partner or some kind of dance experience or some stage production. Yeah. It's still very much a lot of fun,
Yeah.
you know, although it's hard on the body and all those difficulties. So I think that once we started to really settle down and really have that you know, time together, because the kids keep us in one room.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, there are a few things that we got to work out, and it was dope, and it was, and that's where we're at the moment. That, you know, we have a beautiful understanding of each other's needs.
Well, that's great, because like sometimes when you throw it all out there, some people don't reciprocate that and come back and
I
you know,
feel so sad. I feel sad for adults who are in the position all those years later.
Yeah.
You know, we are the same age. We got into relationships around the same time, and things didn't work out.
Yeah.
And I feel so bad because they come to a point where, you know, fun settled down.
Yeah.
And now it's like, wait a minute.
Real life
I
hits
don't
you in the face, yeah.
Yeah, I don't actually, we don't
Align.
You know, we don't align. And now I got to start over and things like that. And it's tough.
Well, it's good that you guys are on the same page. I love to see it, and
We try
you
to
know,
be.
I love Peta, and I love you guys. I think you guys have a beautiful family. It really is. It's all coming together,
Thank
you know, obviously, I know. So you think you can dance? Are you coming back for another season of So You Think You Can Dance? What's going on with that? We
If
haven't
the
heard
show
much.
comes
Okay.
back,
All
and
right.
if there's a continuation to that, I would love to be a part of this for
Yeah.
sure. You know, like to be able to be in that position and on that desk at the desk was dream come true. So, you know, if yes, then absolutely. But you know, I think it's important to keep dancing on TV. Period.
Sure,
You know,
yeah.
Dancing with the Stars.
20
Happy
years,
birthday!
yeah.
Happy birthday! 20 years. It's a very memorable period of time for me personally, obviously. So, you know, I'm a big advocate of these type of shows on television. And again, maybe now it will be again, the type of process that Dancing with the Stars, I believe, led the way in So You Think coming out and all those productions. So maybe Dancing with the Stars' emergence as like the juggernaut.
Sure.
You know, this season, again, last season blew up. This season is coming out to be, you know, shaping up to be the same on that wave. So dance on TV is the best, safest, most non-controversial form of entertainment. I feel like, you know, we need to bring that back.
Definitely. Were you close with your fellow judges on So You Think, with like JoJo and things like that?
Of course,
Yeah.
No, JoJo and I shared the trailer, so it was always shaking. She was always doing some stuff. No, but I've also, you know, I have a great time. These are all a lot of my friends. You know, we blinked and it's again 20 years past.
Yeah.
I was, you know, my journey started season 2, which would be, you know, coming up in, I think, November, around that time. Yeah. So my anniversary is coming up of the first time I was on the show. But that's crazy to think that it was 20 years.
It's crazy. I mean, I know people probably ask you all the time, but what would it take for you to come back? Do those conversations honestly, happen every year?
Every year. And obviously, it's because of my association with Val and with Jenna and with Peter, and because they were continuously still on the show. I mean, Jenna's the current winner, Val is the last time. Peter was on the show last couple of seasons as well. But I think today, you know, I would come back. Doesn't matter, you know, whether it's to dance or to judge. I think it's just a fun, you know, to even be in this situation. Like, who would have thought? You know, there were moments in talk about reminiscing, there were moments in my journey with Dancing with the Stars that I never thought that 20 years later I will be as part of it as I was. Nothing would have changed. This is still where we are, and we talk so fondly of each other. So there's a chance that you would come back. Why not?
Why not? Okay.
Yeah. As long as this works, we're good.
All right. But do you sometimes get the itch?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, who doesn't want to perform and be on stage? I supplemented that. You know, I was able to. I'm lucky. You know, Val and I had a great brand. I've been able to be on stages even periodically, just to keep the fitness and to keep the opportunities going. I look forward to performing possibly with Peter now that she's sort of coming back into that state without, you know, being on Dancing with the Stars. So, you know, we'll see what happens.
Sure.
I'm definitely trying to stay active for that purpose, that when opportunity comes that we can still shake it.
I love that so much. Does every season, did Val and Jenna and Peter try to be like, all right, Max, come on, we got to make this a full family affair?
No.
Because I know that you were very instrumental in getting Val on the show, so maybe he would return the favor.
He's so kind. He wrote this message, and you know, the true. Well, all of it is true, but you know, it's his perspective. But humbly, the thing is, I didn't have to really promote him that much. I wanted my brother on this new fun thing that I'm doing. Look at me, I'm in Disneyland.
Yeah, you know?
Right. Basically, and so I was like, whom better to just come with? Plus, I'm that personality. I make it. Everybody's making it.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's coming along, and so I brought. Whom I knew the show will be impressed by. The current world champions, I wanted to introduce them to be like, here, do you see? This is what we're talking about when we're speaking about level of dancing, professionalism, so on and so forth. So Val earned his stripes from that moment on until he chose to be a pro, and you know, they have their own relationship. So I didn't have to really push much.
Right, yeah.
You know, this was quality right away. I was his coach. I'm going to take that credit.
Sure, yes. You taught him everything he knows.
I did that. I made that until that point. It was all mine, and I will take credit for
Definitely.
it. So you guys welcome.
You're welcome. You know, Jenna made some headlines. You know, people are always so interested in contracts and things like that. And she said that pros really only get paid for the full season if you make it to the finale. Is that correct? Is that fair to say?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not sure what current contracts are, but yes, and it's evolved contract from what it started with. It started with was just not a very good job to begin with.
Sure, yeah. Because I mean, it's just getting going. People wouldn't know.
But yeah, no,
Yeah.
there's definite, ways to influence you to want to do your best and stay on. And so I think that somebody like me, for example, that backfires sometimes. That competitiveness kicks in because on top of it, if I don't keep making it week after week, I don't get paid.
Sure.
And so now my time here becomes like, now I'm wasting time. I could be doing something else. And so for me, it was always very relevant to be at least until semifinal, because then for the finale, you all come back and that way you have the paycheck.
Sure,
for all 10 weeks.
Well, that's probably a very good point as to why maybe some pros are hard on their partners because you want to
It's
win.
like, you're in it with
right?
me.
Yeah, like I'm dragging you to this practice.
But I also, I don't think it's the case anymore. I think there's some guarantees, but also some people welcome that too. Some people are like, look, my pro is just okay with stuff, you know, and they get upset for the fact that I wish I could have been paired with somebody who's so driven because I need that stuff. Like, for example, me personally, when I go to the gym, yes, I can go by myself, but I'd rather go and give myself to someone to tell me what to do. I'm a great patient and I'm a great student. If you tell me what to do, and if I ask back and you say, shh, don't talk, just do what I say, I'm like, oh, that's exactly what I want.
Sure, yeah.
And now I'm locked in for an hour and a half, we're doing the stuff and I get the full benefit of it. I'm that type. So I need that type of, if I go into, on the celebrity side, into Dancing with the Stars, that's why some of these type of partnerships work. I had some incredible partnerships with people who were a certain type. Today, honestly, it's whatever they want. They want to push themselves, they want to have a great time, they want to be athletically inclined, they want it to be more of a showmanship, like it's whatever you want, boo. I just want you to have a fantastic time.
So your mindset would change going into it if you
My
were to come
mindset
down.
is completely different.
Okay.
Completely different. There are ways you can win and still enjoy yourself. There are ways you can, really put in effort and not come out having had a great experience. So, I think the passing of somebody said, what's the key to life? It's the quality of the passing of time.
Do you feel like having kids changed that for you?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Because when one of the kids or three of the kids or two out of three, babe, we have a lot of options.
Right.
At present, this is the mentality that I kick into, and I'm like, okay, so it's about literally right now, this second. You know what I mean? Because and then you take that mentality elsewhere. I'm engaged in this because this is what I'm doing.
Sure, yeah.
What would be the point if I'm here, my mind is somewhere else, even partially?
With the mindset that you have now, is there a partnership that you wish you could go back and do over again?
Hell yeah.
Which one?
It's like 50% of them.
Okay. Anyone like in particular that just comes not gonna say?
I will not. No. I think yes, and I can say it. Layla Ali.
Okay.
100%. 100%. She understood me. We had a great time, but she didn't need me to be a coach at all.
Okay.
This is when I didn't realize like I have somebody that's on autopilot. I just need to direct these people, and I was a very young Max.
Sure, yeah. When you won your first Mirrorball trophy, I don't know.
The one and only.
And Jenna said that you got bonuses when you got the Mirrorball trophy. Did you remember if you bought anything really cool with your bonus
First
money?
of all, I don't know if I got bonus.
Right.
I won in the first generation.
Right, yeah.
I won 10 years into Dancing with the Stars. 10 years ago. I won 10 years ago.
Okay.
Something like that. Yeah, I think season 10 or 10-year anniversary was around that time when Meryl Neff won. And it was 10 years ago. Yeah. It makes sense. It checks out. We're celebrating 20 years of the show.
Yeah.
So, no, things have changed. I don't think I had a bonus.
Okay, we gotta go back and get that bonus.
Maybe I didn't. I don't know. The thing is how busy you are, how completely engulfed in the show you are. Especially at that time, I was under so much pressure to like, oh, you have to win. Yeah. But then you look over and there's Derek with one of his best, most memorable partners of all time, you know, and she's been performing fantastic. And so, you know, there were a lot of things to that season as well, but, you know, Meryl was an incredible partner.
Yeah.
And I think I was also at that time already ready to go all the way in that type of partnership. So yeah, before I would probably put on myself. You know, one season I'm not going to put on myself, I think I would definitely could have taken it down, is the Mel B season.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Mel B season, we were fire. We didn't do anything wrong. We did fantastic, and a lot of iconic performances started from,
there.
You know, I'm not saying we were best dancers of all not at all, but we did some stuff.
Yeah, it was a good
So it was
season.
great.
Is Shy following in the footsteps? I know that he
No,
not into
Oh,
it.
actually, so you know the update, because I've done some of these, and there's like Shy update. Well, is he dancing? Is he not? I've always said he hates dancing. He doesn't like it, and it didn't change.
Okay.
But the age is now he's 8, and what we kept doing is we're facilitating one lesson a week.
Okay.
Where he goes and he knows that on this day he goes to dance, and so we drive him, and it's a little of 25 minutes, whatever. It's not a lot, and it's a great school. And now the girls in the class, so all of a sudden he comes in and he's
He
like,
wants to go.
Papa, I need pants. I'm like, what do you need pants for? You don't even like it. No, I need pants and I need shoes, and it has to be, it's like, let's do it. So now there's that. Then he comes, he's like, Pop, this girl, I think she's asking for play date, but I think it's closer to a date.
Oh, at 8.
I'm like, we are not going anymore.
We're
No,
not.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I was like, well, the level up is happening naturally. So
Wow.
I'm hoping, and now because he's a boy in a predominantly girl,
Sure. Dance school.
dance, ballroom dance. That's why my brother and I, Val and I, were talking about this stuff from beginning of Dancing with the Stars, when we started to get interviewed, and what it's like to be in the ballroom dance industry where you're bullied in school. We're like, even if I was bullied, I was like, you guys have no idea what you're missing out on. This is me and like 300 girls.
Right.
It's nuts. Who's bully? Go ahead.
Bring it on.
Go ahead. But I think Shy is now experiencing that, where he's the commodity, and if he says go, someone's gonna, someone's gonna be in his very close proximity.
Yeah. He's seeing what Dad saw all those years ago.
Now that he's like, I
get
really
it.
like her, and I'm like, well, you can, she would love to be a dance partner.
All of a sudden, he loves dance.
All of a sudden, he loves dance, which it makes me happy, but also like, maybe don't do it.
Maybe not.
Maybe we already did that.
Right.
One of us already done that. As a matter of fact, 2 of us already did it.
Sure, you don't have to follow in
Go
our
ask
footsteps.
mommy. If she says yes. No, I mean, I want him to be happy.
Sure, of course.
So if
Yeah.
this makes him happy, I just got to work harder, because he's not going to make a lot of money.
Yeah. Well, hopefully he'll follow in your footsteps and do pretty well for himself.
Isn't that an amazing thing to
Yeah.
also say? 20 years later, I get to have products.
Yeah.
I get to do some stuff. I get to
Totally.
have a family. That's why I'm in New York. I'm here promoting my vodka. Just very much an interesting journey
Sure.
into a very difficult industry. But again, it's something that I'm, proud of, and most importantly, it's bringing me back to New York City. At the moment, I'm all over Manhattan and New Jersey and Brooklyn and surrounding areas. These are my stomping grounds.
Sure. Yeah, this is where it all started, right?
Yeah, and that's where I spent my 90s, my 2000s, until it took me to LA. But I'll be at LC Rooftop this
Right.
weekend. This is something that I'm looking forward to, with, again, promoting Kappa, but also enjoying my friends and family. that's gonna come
Definitely. What made you want to get into the, vodka liquor space?
Honestly, I was in Napa with my brother. We were putting on a production called Savor After Hours.
Cool.
And it was a original, production directed by a very good friend. And it was an immersive sort of wine tasting experience where we show you what the wine tastes like. We don't tell you what it is. And, we became sort of semi-locals for 3 months. I met a lot of incredible people in Napa. And one of them was my partner in Vodka. We spoke one day. We had our connection to Ukraine. We reminisced about the journey, the immigration journey and everything that, was interesting about my and Val's life as a family, but also my personal life. And this is a product that commemorates the sort of like where we've come from and how far I've made it. Napa is very much a pinnacle in wine and spirit world, and we are the only vodka that's in distribution that is produced in Napa Valley.
Oh,
And
wow.
that's an incredible feat to say.
Wow. Well, vodka is my drink of choice, so I'm excited to try it.
It's also a very, very good product. I grew up around bad vodkas and cheaper products.
right.
So to make something really high-end, it's part Sauvignon Blanc grape, part
Nice.
grain. So not to geek out on the processes and everything else, this is that type of
Sure. It sounds like it was a fun process for you, too.
incredible.
Yeah. Was it more challenging than you thought it was going to be?
Yeah, it's not what I know.
Yeah.
I come from a different industry. I do know sales a little bit. It's also a different crowd.
Okay.
But being a father of 3 and and a husband and all the duties that come with it, I now am of age and in that sort of demographic of like, this is for my people.